Hi, and welcome to Easy Peasy Tutorials for CIS 1323. I'm your tutor, and I will be helping you understand better some of the lessons of AXIS 2019. In this tutorial, we will see what a parameter query is. Now, a parameter here, it means some criteria. This criteria is used to filter our results. It's kind of similar to typing our criteria in the criteria row, but it's not the same. We don't entirely put the criteria in the row when you use a parameter query. So instead, in a parameter query, you create a prompt and then you type your criteria in the prompt. So there's something like a search box. We enter the item we want to look for in that prompt. Let's get to the example. I will be using the Let Me Try Live file. You can click here and download it. And let's use appointments by date query, and let's open it in the design view. Now, say suppose we want to filter the results by the customer's last name. And I want the query to be a parameter query, so it would prompt me to enter the last name when I run the query. So under the last name in the criteria row, I would write square bracket open, enter last name, and square bracket close. So the square brackets help AXIS know that whatever I write inside these brackets has to be the text that appears on the prompt box. So let's run this and see what happens. So you see here a prompt appears which says enter parameter value, and it says enter last name. So our parameter is the last name. Now say suppose I want my last name to be Swanson, so I will type Swanson in here and say OK. The query runs now with the condition as last name Swanson, and you can see there's all the Swanson that you have in the appointments by date query. So you must be wondering why we need to do this when we can simply just write the criteria Swanson under the last name, right? We could have written Swanson here and would have got the same result. But in some cases, we want to create a query that we can use multiple times, but with different value each time you run it. For example, if I ask, do we have any appointments for customers with last name X? And X here being any last name. Swanson, Clausen, James, and furthermore. So a parameter query solves this particular requirement. So we can test our query with different last names without actually editing the query each time. So if I want to test it with Clausen, I would just have to run it, and every time I could change my filter, my condition for the last name. So I would say Clausen instead of Swanson and would find results for Clausen. So I hope you understand parameter query from this video. Keep practicing. You can do this. It is not that difficult. Bye for now, and I will see you in another tutorial.